there, this is Amanda Frankel with our Crafty Playdate, and I want to show you this card today. This card does in fact make me smile, and I thought it might make you smile too. Part of what makes me smile so much is this color. I gotta tell you, this lemon lime twist is the bomb. It is the best color right now. I just love it. And while it's still kind of summer, beginning of fall, we're gonna go ahead and make this card for you today. I am featuring a couple different stamp sets. Our background looks like a designer series paper, but really it is this one here. It is, let's see, brush strokes. Okay, and that makes a great background stamp for any kind of project that you're working on. It's going to be adorable for Christmas, looking like candy cane stripes. We'll get to that later. We're also going to be using Colorful Seasons today. I've been using this stamp set a lot lately because it really does cover all seasons. So I just made a video not too long ago using these leaves. We did Christmas Club last year. Jeez Louise, I'm sorry guys. Last month we did Christmas card using these snowflakes. And today we are just using this sentiment that is so adorable. And then we are also using the Daisy Delight, of course, because we've got to have our daisy in there. We're going to be using this stamp here and this one up here also. These two, they look similar, but they are great to use in tandem. You could really use your light color here, so maybe a really saffron or very light color, and then use a darker color like crushed curry here to kind of emphasize those points. But we are just going to use this one alone straight on white so that we get some white feel in the middle of the flower. So I think you can see that right there. We wanted to have a little more white just to lighten up the card a little bit. All right, so let me get started for you here. The first thing that we're going to do is stamp our background. I have a bunch of pointers for you today too, so I think you're gonna like this one. Our background, I'm using Whisper White, and I haven't cleaned the stamp yet, so you're gonna have to bear with me here. And we're gonna use our background, and I'm gonna use it this way instead of using it horizontally, and you'll see why in just a minute. But I'm gonna ink it up. And the way that I do my stamps, people always ask me, do you like wood or clear mount for the big stamps? I happen to own the largest size block. If you don't own that block, then go ahead and do yourself a favor and just get the wood, unless you plan on getting a lot of stamps this big. I only have a couple, but since I had gotten the set of clear blocks, which I'll list here below, that includes all the different sizes, which I'm going to use a lot of little sizes today too. Look at that. That guy's so small compared to that one. Since I had that anyway, I went ahead and got this in clear, but I have many of them in wood too, and it really just is a personal preference thing. But when I'm using a stamp for background that's this big, I do ink the stamp face up like this. I'm then going to lay my white, this is just my Whisper White cardstock. I am going to lay it on these lines, and I can kind of use these lines as a gauge, right? And then how am I going to rub that? I'm going to fold this paper over the top and just give it some pressure. And that keeps a little bit more of the ink off my fingers, at least for now, because those of you who know me know that I will be inky before the day is done here. All right, and there is our background, and it's okay that it's modeled like that. I actually really want that. Plus, if you notice on the packaging, it is lighter in certain areas, but I want it to look a little rustic-y, so we're good. Okay, so I'm going to move that out of the way. All right, here we go. So now we have this background stamped, and I want to work on some of these other parts. We're just going to set this aside for now. I always assemble little pieces as a whole. So I call them a packet. So I'm going to do a flower packet, and then I attach it, and that's how I'm going to see where exactly my ribbon needs to fit. So in order to do my little daisy packet here, I need punches. So first I need the daisy punch, and I will tell you that in general, as a rule, I will tell you to stamp and then punch, because you can see where you stamped through your punch, and then you can punch right over it. With this one, because it is one of those photopolymer stamps that you can see all the way through, I can pretty much line it up without a problem by just looking, and I can save a whole lot more paper. So watch this. If I were to stamp it first and then punch it out, it would be very hard for me to gauge how much space to give around this flower. But since I'm going to punch them first, I can kind of angle my way in here and get a lot more out of my supplies than I might be able to do if I tried to stamp that. Okay, so I'm going to need 2 of those. And I also am going to need a dot. Now the dot, I will tell you, actually I'll just do it, I'll just stay in the same method. Imagine that. But I also need this. So before I punch the center, why don't I go ahead and punch this one since I have my yellow out. I don't remember the name of this punch because it is brand new to us in this new most recent catalog, and I will post it here for you so that you can see, but you can see I've done one here. Punch one of those babies out, and let's see. All right, so now we're on to our white. So with our white, we are going to punch out one of these little circles that we're going to stamp on, and we're also going to punch out this shape here. And again, these are photopolymer stamps, so you can either punch first or stamp first. It's not going to matter. I am going to go ahead and punch this one first. So let's see here. Awesome. And with the stamp, I am just going to go ahead and stamp it and punch it because I want to show you both ways here. Both ways. All right. So with this one, this is this little itty bitty baby. I think this is the A block. It is. It's the A block. So it's super, super tiny. And again, this is not going to be a solid image. Okay. So, and I can fit it right there. 1, 2, 3, and lift. And so you can see it's not a solid image. Good. I don't want it to be. And then I'm going to use my 1/2 inch punch. This is just a tiny baby punch. It's just a thumb punch and it's awesome. But this is what I was talking about lining it up. You can really see where you're punching when you stamp first. All right, and that's there. And now we can go ahead and stamp all of our other parts. So let's go ahead and do that while we have everything together here. All right, we're going to do our daisies. And in general, I would say that you should use a Stampin' Pierce mat, one of these, under your photopolymer stamps. I didn't need to on the other things, but I'm going to stick it under here for my daisy. So I just slid it right underneath my paper. That way, if I do get a little crazy and stamp off, that's never known to happen, then I don't have to worry about it getting all over my mat and transferring to my next project, which will probably not be yellow or not want yellow on it. All right, so I ink up this daisy, and then I'm going to lean over, probably getting my head in the shot. Line that up as best I can, but if it's a little off again, I'm not going to worry. I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3, lift. And there you go, not too bad. All right, and I'm going to ink again, and I move my stamp a lot on my ink pad before I stamp down. That's because we have a tendency to kind of go right into the middle of our ink pads when we are stamping, and then these edges have a lot of ink in them, and this very center has nothing, so I kind of move it around. All right, that's not too bad, not too shabby. The next thing, I'm going to keep my Stampin' Pierce mat handy so that I can make my flower here, and I'm going to use my piercer. So in general, when I curl a flower, and as you can see, I want it just curled up a little bit, I would take it, and I want the front to be up, so I'm going to flip it over so it's backwards, and I'm going to use like a paring knife and do this and curl it a little bit so it curls up. You can see it's just curling a little, and that's how I curl most things. Because this has a thin edge here, this thin little part here, sometimes you end up popping one of those petals right off. So instead, put it on your Stampin' Pierce mat, face up, take your piercer, and use this edge right here and just rub in a circle. Do you see that curling up? And do with that on this one. All right, let me show you those. And it gets a nice little curve in it, and you haven't ripped off any petals today. Okay, and I'm going to use my very favorite Tombow liquid glue. This glue is the bomb because it is so, so, so forgiving. Okay, forgiving and clogged right now. Sorry about that. It does dry relatively quickly, so if you don't put the cap on pretty quickly, it's going to get a little plugged, and then another day I will give you a cool pointer on that. All right, so I'm just going to hold that for a second, and while I'm holding that, I'm going to see if I can find what I might have done with my very mini little dimensionals. I have these little babies that we've just gotten. These are the normal sized ones, and all right, hang on. Don't run away. The usual, I'm doing my thing. Okay. Sorry guys, I do not believe in editing. It's too much work. All right, these are the baby dimensionals. So you can see the difference here. These are the big ones. These are the babies. The big ones are great if you're sticking a whole panel down or a big chunk. When I'm doing something really small, like this little tiny dot, I am gonna use the babies. All right, and these babies are new in our newest annual catalog, and I am in love. I used to just cut down the big ones, but now it just saves me a step. All right, peel the paper, throw it on the floor, stick that right on there. Ta-da! Give it just a little bit of lift for your flower. And now I need some petals. I'm going to close my yellow so I don't put my hand in it because I'm not going to need that again. The petals we are cutting out of this lemon lime twist because it matches that ink and it's just so adorable. And I am using my lemon punch. I love this punch for leaves, but I just got this one yesterday. I am so excited. It cuts out adorable leaves too, and this will be great for some smaller flowers. But because this flower is so big, when I cut those flowers out, or those petals out, leaves out, I know I'll get it. When I cut the leaves out to see how they'd look, they were just a little too small. So I just need to, you can see I did it. There you go. You can kind of see the size. So if I stuck that under the flower, you'd see that's a little bit small for those flowers. So I'm going to just stick it in there and punch. I did use the punch and the lemons stamps that coordinate for my swaps that I gave out at on the incentive trip. I went to Thailand with Stampin' Up. While I'm gluing, I'll just talk. I went to Thailand. Thank you very much, guys, because you're the ones who got me there. But I went to Thailand, and that was the swap that I made. And you know what? Next time I will show you that because I thought it was super cute. I hope other people liked it as much as I did. Okay, so I am just gluing some petals, and I'm just randomly kind of sticking them in here. No big worry about where they're going to be, and I'm just going to hold it for a second. Okay, and now when I do put this on here, I kind of know, oh, I don't like where you are. Yeah, see, now that's the thing. All right, opportunity for change. There we go, you're better here. If I had done that with snail, guys, I would not have been able to pull that puppy off there. All right, so now it's going to go right up there. Good. And now I can kind of tell where I'm going to want my ribbon to go. Before I put my ribbon down, I am going to stick this down. And the reason that I'm doing that, and I'm going to peel this back so you can see a little. All right, see that goes between there? The reason that I'm doing that is because I want to pop this up, and I don't want it on top teetering on that ribbon. So let's go ahead and glue that down. Little liquid glue. So you thought I was joking about the how quickly it dries. Okay, let's go right about there. Good, good, good. All right, and this is just going to get a little bit of glue under here. And I'm only going to put glue in the middle of my flower. I am not going to stick it all down because I do want my petals to just have a little more life. A little fluffy. Okay, so that's down there, and now I'm going to put on my ribbon. This ribbon is super cool, and it is adorable, but there is kind of a trick, so I'm going to teach you that. On one side, it is X's. See that? That's what I've got on my card. On the other side, it is dashes, so it looks like stitch lines. This is adorable if you're putting it on the card using the new, I'm going to come up here above that other light, using the new quilt, I don't remember, quilt builder, not sure, dies, then the stitches are adorable, but I'm using the little X's here. And I'm going to use a little Scotch tape to hold it on. Now, when you're putting ribbon on your cards, there are a couple schools of thought. A lot of people like to wrap them all the way around. I want you to save your supplies so that you can collect other and more things. So I use Scotch tape. That's one reason. It's to save supplies. The second reason, I'll show you why as soon as I get this taped on here. X's up, across here. Oh, scissors. Had them earlier. All right, here we go. And I'm going to put another little piece of tape on there. All right, good. All right, so it's across there, no problem. Now, the reason that I don't just wrap it around, another reason is I can slide this knot wherever I want it. So if I have tied the knot, if I have come around from the bottom and tied the knot in a weird place, inevitably one of these legs is going to be covering up part of my sentiment. But the way I did it, it's not going to do that. So there you go. It's right there. Now, I do have a video that I have posted for you guys before. I'm going to sit down and scoot up here. That talks about how to tie a flat knot. I'm going to show you now how to do it right here. Let me see, make sure I'm in your frame. Okay, I am. All right, so I've got my X side up here over my hand. So I've just folded it over my hand. And now I'm gonna fold it. So now it looks like a ribbon of courage type ribbon. And I'm gonna tuck it through. Now, you'll see, if I were to pull this tight right now, I'd have the little dashes on this side and I'd have the X's on this side, and I don't wanna do that. So I'm just gonna give it one more twist inside my knot and then pull. All right, and that is going to keep all of my little X's up. All right, so if you're worried about your X's being up, and I suggest you are, I suggest you be worried about that kind of thing, then you want to, okay, all right, okay. Then you want to do that extra little twist underneath so it'll be up. Okay, and now we need the You Make Me Smile. We're going to use this wonderful green that I love, Lemon Lime Twist ink. And I am going to put it up here because it's a sentiment and I want it to be a nice, let's see, a nice image. And I am going to hold 1, 2, 3, lift. Good, happy. And now when I go to put it on here, because I do have a ribbon that runs across it, I want to make sure that I don't just put my dimensionals right here, because then they're going to be on this ribbon and they're going to teeter. And I don't want to do that. So I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on here, and I'm going to go above the ribbon, below the ribbon, and it's just going to kind of match up with it then. Like, does that look even to you guys? That's good. All right, just like that. And now, so that I don't put my hand in that one too, I am going to bring over my yellow cardstock. That's how I make my fold. Good. I don't need that right now. And then I'm just going to glue that on here. And again, I'm going to use my liquid Tombow because it's my fave. A lot of times when I put ribbon on something and it's attached in the back like this, I will put this whole panel, ooh, that would have been ugly. I will put my whole panel up on dimensionals. The reason that I'm not is I want to make sure that it can go in the mail, and I already have some dimensionals on it. So I don't want it to be too tall, too high profile, so that I have to pay extra postage. So that is how I would do that. I would, my sample does not have an inside, but of course you would want to put an inside in there. So that would be this one. And you know what I'm going to do just for fun? I'm going to take my yellow back, which is my Daffodil Delight, I believe. Yes, okay. And I'm going to ink it up, and I'm just going to stamp it off in the corner so that it just has a little more interest inside my card. All right, and then it's just going to get glued in there straight away, and we're all set. So thank you so much for stopping by today. If you see anything here that you can't live without, I don't blame you. But you can get that on my website, and I will list it here so that you can check it out. And I appreciate any orders that you place. And I would love to be your demonstrator. Thank you so much for stopping by, and please stop back soon, and I will be posting more videos soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.